Hello, good morning from North Carolina, and welcome to TMI Gifts Christmas in July virtual event. We have been waiting for this day. I know that all of you have. I am so excited to be with all of you and have felt your love already. Let me tell you something. You guys are not messing around. You are shopping. I have seen it, and the support is unreal. So a heartfelt thank you to every one of you. I am just always amazed at all of the love and support from this wreath community. So I see you guys popping in. Good morning, Yashira, Amber, Sandra, Lisa. If you don't know who I am, my name is Misty, and I'm the owner and designer of Little Luxuries. I am so honored to be one of the designers at TMI Gifts. They are incredible, but you guys already know that. They don't need an introduction. Today, we are going to be working with something so pretty. And I'm going to jump right in because I have a lot to cover, and I want you to stick around. I want you to stick around because I do have something very fun and exciting to announce towards the end of my live. But we're going to go ahead and make this design. I want to give you some tips and some tricks and all of the things, but I appreciate you being here. So this year, we do know that traditional Christmas is a thing, right? It always is for me. I love the classic, elegant feel of Christmas, and that's how I decorate my own home. I just love that cozy feel, but plaids are in, right? We are seeing so much of that and just easy, simple looks. Now listen, I'm just like all of you. I love bougie ribbon. I love the trees that are just magnificent, all the sparkle and all the gems. But with this design, I'm going to keep it classic, simple, and I'm going to give you lots of tips and tricks along the way. Now, I do have a monthly membership group called the Pearl Circle. And you will hear me say, I'm going to give you a pearl tip. And what that means is I'm getting ready to share a tip with you that has helped me along my crafting journey. So we're going to get started without further ado. Once again, I am Misty from Little Luxuries. Thank you for popping in. Cara, I see you guys. Christy, I see you. Em, Barbara, Robin, Angela. Everybody, I see you. Didn't Ashley do an amazing job on those bells? Oh my gosh, they were absolutely beautiful, which she always does great design, so I'm not surprised. Okay, we have in this kit, and by the way, the kits are sold out, so thank you very much, but some of these individual pieces are still available. So as I use things, you're going to see the ladies and the team at TMI Gifts put that into the chat. So make sure that you're looking at all of that, all right? This ribbon, we're using one ribbon on a 24-inch pine base swag, okay? Classic, simple, plaid, and you're going to see why I picked this. I want you to pay attention to something. There's a hue of blue in this. Now, of course, in our rooms and our craft rooms, we probably are not going to pick up all of the actual colors here, but this is going to tie into one of the greeneries that I'm using for sure, so you'll be able to see that, okay? All right, and my theme that I was really going for today is something less really is more, okay? And I want you to keep that in mind because you're going to notice with what I'm using, it is not over the top. It is not a whole lot of materials, but we're going to turn this simple swag base right here into something absolutely gorgeous. And I want you to know that you can do that too. All right, so we are going to start off. Notice there's no mesh. There's a pearl tip for you, the first one. You do not have to put in mesh. You can do a beautiful swag, a greenery swag, without getting something that I'm not showing up in the correct group. Can someone please confirm that I am on the right page and that things are fine? Someone is telling me that I'm not, and what I see is that I am. So can somebody please give me a thumbs up that I am in the correct page, please? I would really appreciate that. Okay. Hello, everybody. I see you popping in. I'm waiting for that thumbs up just to make sure. My wreath bestie is setting me up for failure. She's texting me telling me I am not in the right group. That is Angela Barrel Reese, but I am. So thanks so much. The ribbon is simple and beautiful, isn't it, Barb? Okay, so This is one of my favorite greeneries. It's a classic. It's tried and true. You can use it in all designs. And it is the Norfolk Pine Bush. And it's green, okay? It's soft touch. It's real touch. It's amazing. And this is how we're going to start to build the foundation of our swag. And what I want you to know is that greenery really does all the heavy lifting, right? So if you're doing a design, right? Thank you so much, Cara. I appreciate that. If you are doing a design, let the greenery do the heavy work, right? And then everything else that you add in is just the extra stuff. As we like to say in the South, it's the icing on the cake, y'all. Meaning those ornaments, those sparkle pieces, those bay leaves, all of those things that you're using, that's the extra touches. But the greenery is important because that is your foundation. So we're going to go ahead and start building this up. There's no rhyme or reason to this. I will tell you, when you are doing swags, there's something important I want you to remember. There is what I call a spine on the back of a swag. And we need to make sure that when you're attaching things into your swag, that you definitely are making a good connection to those pine ties and to the spine of that swag. So that's what you're noticing. And that's another tip for you when you're designing, is just to make sure that you're doing that. All right. So we're going to go on and fill this in. Now, some of you have already told me, and if you have watched me any amount of time, you're going to know something about me. My favorite thing to ask in any live that I am doing, because I am in all the platforms and all the places. By the way, if you're not following me, why not? Please give me a follow. I would love for you to follow on my crafting journeys so that I can share tips and tricks with you along the way. But one of my favorite things is to find out where you are watching from. I'm from a small little town in North Carolina. If you can't tell from this southern accent, what state are you tuning in from for this TMI Gifts virtual Christmas event? I want to see it in the chat. And another thing, the chat rolls fast, guys. So give the designers grace today. If they don't see a comment, just like me, I assure you it is not that they are ignoring you. They just didn't see it pass by. So please just give us grace and know that for me, I can tell you, I will go back after my live and I will look at every one of your comments and I will reply. So if you have a question I've missed or a comment I didn't see, I promise I'll give you attention. I'll just do it after my live if I didn't see it. Georgia, East Tennessee, North Carolina, love it, love it, love it. See, the platforms connect us from all over. So that is something that I absolutely love to see. Kentucky is in the house. I'm loving seeing all of this love from all over. Ohio, Georgia. Isn't that fun, guys? All right. We're going to keep on building this out. Buffalo, New York. Good morning from Alabama. Awesome. All right, guys. The other thing that I want to add is that you're going to see when I am building out this swag today that every greenery is going to have a job. Every greenery is going to have a job. So when you are doing this and when you are designing, I want you to think about that. Every piece you're putting in serves a purpose. Right now, we're just covering up some of this to add to the pine ties here. We're putting some of this different looking pine, which is a Norfolk pine. That's adding texture and look and volume and all of the things that take your designs to a higher level. And you guys will hear, you've already heard Ashley talk about it, and I'm going to reiterate too, nothing in nature grows straight, right? It's got bend to it. It's got tilt to it. It's got life to it. And that's what we try to emulate when we're putting our designs together. So that's why textures, bending your stems, and being creative with that is so important, because we're trying to make this look as realistic as possible as what we see when we look out of our windows on a snowy Christmas day, right? Speaking of, I would love to have a snowy Christmas day right now. In North Carolina, let me tell you, it is hot. We are in what we call the dog days of summer. So we are definitely experiencing very, very high temps, heat advisories, and all of the things. So if you know, you know, if you're in the South. Connie says she is watching me from her kitchen. All right, Miss Connie. I hope you're making something good. So, another tip that I'll give you when you're building out your designs is we have something cool right out of our windows, kind of tying into what I said. We're mimicking nature. So when you're making designs, let's just picture this. It's winter outside. When you look out the window, what do you see? You see brown tones, right? Things are not vibrant like they are in the springtime. You are seeing red berries on trees. You're seeing natural things that nature does. For example, spring. When we see spring arrive, we start to see different flowers shoot up, different tones of green come to life. We can mimic that in our designs. That will help you simply by looking out your window. You're going to get a lot of information about how to design, and you don't even have to leave your house. So that is true, Teresa. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So since we are at Christmas in July, I have a question for you guys in the chat while you're just continuing to watch me put the Norfolk pine in. What is everybody's favorite Christmas cookie? I'd love to know. I'm just continuing to build this out, so let's chat a little bit while I'm doing that. What is your favorite Christmas cookie? I would say that I have a recipe, and I didn't discover this till later in life, but I have a recipe for a homemade, from scratch, meaning the dough and everything, molasses cookie. It is divine, y'all. It is so, so good. What is your favorite Christmas cookie? I'd love to know in the chat. I also enjoy making something called peanut butter blossoms. I will tell you that's one time a year during Christmas where my kitchen is very, very busy. It's during the holiday season because I am baking and doing all of the things. So, a soft sugar cookie. Yes, Em. That is absolutely delicious. I can always go for a good sugar cookie. A shortbread cookie? Absolutely. I'm loving all that. So, all right. I want to give you another design tip. As you are continuing to put greenery into a swag, all right, look around. Look at the size of your design. How are things coming out? Where do you need more coverage? All right. So don't be afraid to kind of tilt things around and look and see where you need to add things. Stepping back from your design will also help you with that. Hey, Christy. Hey, Trisha. I see you guys popping in here. I appreciate it. So make sure that you are doing that. And I truly cannot say enough about this Norfolk pine. It is incredible. Now you're starting to see this base build out. There's another thing that I want to remind you that I have learned as a designer. Yes, there is a place in a design for a big bow. And I mean big, over the top. 5, 6 ribbons. We all know them and we all love them, right? But remember, today's theme is keeping things simple. This one ribbon, it's enough. So I don't want you to overthink it. And especially if you're a beginning wreath maker, sometimes the hardest thing is picking out ribbons and patterns and putting things together. So I'm going to say a tip for you if you're a beginner is just realizing you don't have to do all of that all of the time, right? You can use a beautiful, simple ribbon and take all the guesswork out. So, and this ribbon is a gorgeous one. It is budget friendly. There again, do I love designer ribbon? Yes. Do I use it a lot in my designs? Absolutely. But I will tell you that in the very beginning, I didn't. My skills weren't sharp enough. I couldn't justify what the expense was going to be to buy that. And so when I first started, I would use more budget-friendly ribbons and then build up my skill level so that I was more confident to use those more expensive ribbons. So there's another tip. If you're asking how I'm inserting this into the swag, over here, out of camera sight, is a glue pot. That is my preference. Now, as designers, some people like to use glue guns. I personally like to use a glue pot. It works better for me, and I don't burn myself as much as when I was using a glue gun. There again, as a designer, there's not any rules, so you get to decide what works best for you. But that was a great question, and I did happen to catch that. It is a glue pot. All right, guys, we have used one piece of greenery out of this kit, and we are already starting to see the difference it is making, friends, in just inserting these pines. It's adding more texture and more volume, and I am here for it. All right, another question, because there again, it is a Christmas event. Do you typically like traditional Christmas, or are you more of a whimsy Christmas person? There is no right or wrong answer, because your home is your home, and how you decorate it's up to you. I'm just curious in the chat, what is your theme? What do you typically like to do? I'd love to hear about it. Here in my house, we don't have any littles, and so we typically do, I say we like my husband decorates. He does not, y'all. I typically do just classic, traditional, very elegant home decor here. But now if I had littles, I'm sure it would be whimsy and fun. So, what about you guys? How do you like to decorate your homes? What is your theme? Sheila says she likes traditional. Nancy as well. Well, guys, this is our time to shine this year because traditional is certainly back and thriving. Barbara says traditional as well. And Caitlin. So lots of you are saying traditional also. I do remember doing a very fun whimsy elf themed swag last year. That was a lot of fun. And some candy Christmas. So, okay. Guys, with this, there were 3, those of you who got the kit, there were 3 of these Norfolk pines. I'm going to tell you a majority of the kits that I do with TMI Gifts, there will be extras in your kit. And you think, why would you do that? For a couple of reasons. One, if you wanted to start or do a second design, you could do so. You would just have to buy your base, right? 2, it's a great way, here's a pearl tip for you, to add other things to your design. All right, some of us are business owners. This is my full-time career. So I could offer this swag with this kit, right? But in addition, I'm going to have leftover ribbon. So I could also do a coordinating bow that I could list with this. I could also do a lantern swag with the leftover greenery and a beautiful bow with this. Do you see where I'm going with that? That is something that is wonderful. If you're selling on Etsy, you can offer collections. So when you get these kits from the designers, keep that in mind, that you can actually do more than one project and link the listings all in the same place. Those are things that we learn about in my Pearl Circle, the monthly membership group. But I wanted to go ahead and tell you that is a possibility and something that you should certainly consider, especially if you're buying these kits and you are a business owner. Now, if you're here and you're like, that's great, I'm not a business owner, that's perfectly okay too. You buy them and you can decorate your home beautifully and have other things sitting around like those lantern swags, garlands, bows to make your home shine, right? Yes, Robin, extras are bonus wins. That's exactly right. So up next, I want to remind you guys is my talented friend Cara with Enchanted Vines. She'll be coming up after me, so make sure that you stay tuned. I know she is going to do something absolutely gorgeous. She always does. When I get to be with Cara in person at TMI Gifts, which, by the way, newsflash, in September, we are going to be together again. There'll be more information coming on that, but we're all going to be back at the store together in September. But with all of that being said, she always does amazing designs. I truly enjoy watching her and watching her stuff come together. I always pick up tips and tricks from all of my friends when we are together at TMI Gifts. I hope that you guys, some of you, will be able to join us in September. It's always a whole lot of fun. So, all right. Hey, Brandy. I see you popping in here. Thank you guys for being with us today. It's a whole lineup. And listen, last but not least, Michelle, right? I can't wait to see all the tips and tricks she's going to give us for that Christmas tree. I'm going to be paying attention for sure. And then there's all kinds of giveaways today. Which reminds me, I have seen you guys already showing love and support to my code, which, by the way, each designer has a code, so support. Mine is Misty20, MISTY20. If I see that you shopped today and you have until midnight, there's going to be a little special incentive for one of you. I will pick one person who shopped with my code today, and I'm going to send you a little something. It's my way of saying thank you. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for supporting my friends, right, in this event. And thank you for being a huge support to TMI Gifts. So please make sure that you shop today. Take advantage of the discounts. And if you use my code, I'm going to send you a little something to say thank you to someone, one person. So keep shopping. All right. I'm going to hold this up close. Guys, you can see we took this pine base. This is one greenery that we have put in, and we've got more to go. All right. We're going to keep on. Here is another bush, or greenery, I should say, that we are putting into this design. Now, something that I have done off camera to kind of save a little bit of time today, I've taken my greenery pieces apart. Let me show you a way that you can do that you may not be aware of. When you're taking stuff apart, you don't necessarily have to clip. Watch this. Did you see how easily that pulled out of the stem? This is a trick for you. A lot of these greenery pieces that you use don't require you to snip. And why do I like that? Look at that. That whole piece came. The reason that I like that is because look at the wire that's left. It's so much easier than snipping it. You can snip that to your desire, but they come out in one piece, right? One piece. And so I have already done that over here. There were also 3 of these in the kit. But look at that. So take and just pull your stems, your branches apart, and it's a lot easier to work with. So I would definitely give that to you as another tip as well. And you can see this. Look, we are simply going to go in, and it's just all of these different textures and volumes, all right? And you're noticing I'm building down the teardrop swag, but something that I want you to realize is I'm not allowing the greeneries to let the swag lose its shape. I am following that greenery base and keeping my teardrop swag shape. I wouldn't put this out here, right? Or up here and start building out. We want to keep that classic, beautiful teardrop swag shape when we're designing. And so you're noticing that. Also, something you can do, I put one here. What you do to one side of a swag, do to the other. Especially if you're just starting out, it can be a little bit intimidating when you're making these. You think, I don't really know where to put all of this stuff, and it's a bit overwhelming. If you follow just simple recipes like this, you'll realize it's really not that difficult. I'm going to show you again. Here's another tip. We had put one there, so what I do to one side, I do to the other. Okay, watch this. I'm going to come down just a little bit, and I'm going to have to go a little bit further in because I'm going to keep the shape of this swag. Okay, so I have one right here. Now guess what? I'm going to take another piece, the exact same piece, and you guessed it, friends. We're going to come to this side right here. So what I do to one side, I did to the other side. You want to hear the secret sauce? This works in all designs. You can follow this kind of recipe because remember, there's no rules. No rules in wreath making. You're the designer. We have suggestions and recipes, right, as you're learning. But what I did here, I do here. You can do the same thing in grapevine wreaths. You can do the same thing in mesh wreaths. It's really kind of cool how it all like works in every single type of design. So don't overthink it, friends. Don't overthink it, okay? All right, so now we're getting towards the bottom of the swag. So I'm gonna put one up here, right? And then you guessed it, what I did to the top, I'm gonna do to the bottom. It's really that simple, right? So once you get that foundation built, like we did with the Norfolk pine, you can go in and just start following those simple suggestions and recipes, and it takes all the guesswork out. So, all right, guys, coming to the bottom of the swag. I do have my steel pick machine over here, and if you don't have one, friends, let me tell you, don't feel bad about that. It's an investment. It took quite some time for me to get a steel pick machine, but as crafters, you know, we always have like our scrap things and things that we keep. Here's a tip I want to give you, even though I'm not having to use a steel pick. If you have these left around, this was on a floral stem. I think there were some sunflowers on this, and I was clipping the sunflowers off. Well, I'm left with this, what a lot of us call nubs, right? You can take this, you can snip one of these off, and you automatically have a longer stem, and this can serve as a way to have what a steel pick machine would do if you don't have one. All right. Also, you can do wooden floral picks. Most all of the big box stores have them, so don't think, well, my goodness, I don't have a steel pick machine, I'm not going to be able to do this. Yes, you can. There are two other alternatives that are budget friendly that will allow you to have your stems longer and to still have the same principle as having a steel pick machine. All right, so you can see that we went in with those greeneries and we're just building that in. This is a beautiful, beautiful greenery that we picked out here. So we're going to continue to just add to that. Check this out. Look at all the textures, guys. Isn't that gorgeous? And that's another thing about greeneries is when you're picking them out, see if you've got one that's got a lot of variety in it. It takes a lot of the guesswork out when we're doing our designs, right? We don't have to think about all of the different parts and pieces to put in because it's already done for us. So, absolutely, Christy, I've seen that. You could certainly do that as well. You could use those in the steel pick machine. That's a great tip too. All right. We want our greenery to shine, guys. Do you notice how I am going in, but I'm giving each greenery its space to shine, right? You can see it throughout. I'm not just cramming it in somewhere. I'm thinking strategically. That also makes a difference. We aren't buying greenery just to cover it up. We want each piece to uniquely shine. Do you see right here? Same principle I just told you. What I did to one side, you guessed it, guys. I did it right there, right? So, okay. I called the Energizer Bunny. It fits perfectly. I'm kind of tame today. I don't know. It was a little bit early for me to go live today. But I appreciate that. I would say I resemble that remark. And I take it as a compliment. And oh my word, guys. The wiser I get, the more thankful I am every year for health and the ability to do this and the talent that the good Lord gives me. So I take that as a win. I don't take it for granted. And I hope I can stay the Energizer Bunny, y'all. I really do. I love working with TMI Gifts. They're amazing. I think it's such a blessing to have the opportunity. They're incredible people. And, you know, they always talk about what I'm teaching, but they teach me so much too. So make sure you support them, not just today, guys. Yes, it is a great opportunity to support TMI Gifts. Every day is, though. They're a one-stop shop. They listen to the community. They bring in the products that we want, and they are absolutely incredible human beings. I'm not paid to say that, right? You can't make this stuff up. Truly, what you see is what you get. They're awesome. So support them not just today, but every day. And thank you for supporting me. And thank you for supporting my designer friends. You know, Ashley was saying earlier how hard we all work to make these businesses work. And it is true. My friend is correct. It's a lot of behind the scenes stuff. A lot of things that take place as business owners that you guys don't see. Once these lights go off and we're not designing, there's all kinds of other stuff that's not the so fun side of things for sure in operating a business. But you guys make it possible for us to live our dream. So thank you for that. All right, guys. Here's this other piece. We're still using that same greenery. Look, here's some cedar, okay? Cedar is also one of the things I'm going to tell you is huge. Christmas and winter designs. Cedar is one of those greeneries you cannot get enough of. Did you guys see what I just did without saying it? I did it to one side. I'm going to do it to the other. This time I'm working my way up. And remember that tip I told you. If you're working towards the top of your swags, remember this. The top of your swag right here is the widest piece. All right? So your greenery that you're using, the pieces that you're using, you have to have them longer at the top. As we go down the swag, it narrows. Do you guys see that? So you have to cut your stems shorter because we want to keep that unique, beautiful teardrop swag shape. So you definitely want to make sure that you're doing that. So you're going to notice as I go here, this is a longer piece, right? I'm going to come right in here, insert into the spine like I've told you, but it is kept longer and it's peeking out just right here. I'm going to show you that again on the other side so that you can see it. Right over here, we're keeping that longer piece, right? And we're going to go what I did to one side, I'm going to go and do to the other, okay? I see that. You guys are ordering and getting the orders in. Thank you so much. There again, I'll be able to see that, who orders, who uses my code. And I appreciate that. I don't take that for granted. I hope you'll also support my other designer friends today. But my way of saying thank you is one of you I'm going to do something special for. I will look through who used my code to shop today. I'll see your name. I'll put that on a wheel and I'll be sending something special to one person. Thank you for supporting me. All right. Okay, let's continue to work through this. We are almost there. I've got what I call the chef's kiss to this design coming up. And then I've got some exciting news I want to share with you guys. I know we've been teasing you all week pretty much, but I really am going to announce it here shortly. So, all right, here is a question I have for you while I'm continuing to put in greenery. I want to see in the chat, do you prefer white lights or colored lights? There again, there's no right or wrong. You are the boss of your home decor, so we're not getting into that debate. But what do you prefer in your home? White lights or do you like colored lights? For me, it's white lights in our home. As I told you, we like more traditional, classy Christmas and not so much the fun whimsy, which is beautiful too, by the way. So we do more of the white lights. All right. Okie dokie. Hey, Trisha girl, I see you in here. White is what Nancy said. White for Sheila. Okay, guys. While you're putting that in the chat, here's the chef's kiss. Look at this final pick. Yes, it has those frosted looking pine cones, right? Kim says both. Color lights all the way for Sheila. I've met Sheila, so that matches that sparkling personality. I love it. Colored lights for Valerie. See, there's no right or wrong, guys. It's personal preference. Kim says white. All right, I'll go back and look at all the comments. These are snow-kissed, right? Love this look. And look, this pine cone, it's not flocked, which flocked greenery and stuff has a place. certainly within designs, but this isn't going to come off everywhere, but it literally works the entire winter season. My other tip. You see something interesting about this? This is not only going to work on your door for the Christmas season, it's going to work the entire winter season. All right, business owners, here's a pearl tip. Listen, when you are doing your Etsy listing, if you are doing this as a business, I want you to think through this. You can actually take one design and make 2 listings. What? You can list this as a Christmas swag for the front door and a winter swag for the front door. Did you see what we just did there? We took one design and we made it 2 listings for 2 different categories. Things like that is what I teach inside my Pearl Circle group. We meet via Zoom every week. I share my screen. I walk through things with my Pearl Circle members. I call them my pearls and I love them dearly. And we get really serious about business. So if you're not doing this as you know, a side hustle or a full-time business, you may or may not love it very much. But I really focus on that. And of course, I teach design as well. Okay? But we focus a lot and heavily on business. So that's a little bit. But there's a pearl tip for you today, okay? All right, let's go in with this. Here was the other reason I called this Chef's Kiss. I don't know if the camera is really reflecting this. Look at the berries. This blue, let's see if you see what I did with this. This blue, ties right into the blue in that ribbon. Did you see what I just did there? That is beautiful. Also, this year, we know this is huge. This is trending, right? So, all right, we're going to go ahead. We are going to start adding some of this. And guys, I tore this pick apart as well. You're going to notice, look, bigger pieces are going to go to the top. Why? You may know by now because of what we just talked about. That is the widest part of our swag. So we're going to start putting these big pieces at the top. Kim says, yay, pearls. Amber, proud pearl here. I appreciate you guys. Pearls, I see you in here. And I'm going to tell you what, you know it already. I love you to pieces, but thank you for being here and supporting me. Thank you for being here and supporting me. I will tell you too, the pearls are going to start teaching in the group as well, because what better way to learn than for them to have the opportunity that having their desire to teach, than to go into the group and do that as well. Plus, I'm going to be honest, I tell them this all the time. I don't know everything. I learn from them every week too. That's the beauty of a group, right? All right, so yes, these berries are everything, TMI. They are really making this design pop. These are the textures and the things that I'm talking about in your designs that are really going to elevate, make things shine. And I'll hold this up in a minute. But guys, this is turning out gorgeous. All right. I'm still doing good on time. My time to stop, correct me. My time is 11:15. Is that right or wrong? Help me. Let me know. Is it or not? I can't remember. Help a sister out. I don't want to make anybody late, and I certainly cannot run into my friend Cara's time. So you guys keep me straight. TMI, let me know, because I don't want to mess up for sure. Let me know. Wouldn't that be terrible? I'm just blabbing away, and my friend's like, can I have a turn? It is such a great community, guys. You guys are amazing. Amazing. Yes, Connie, plaid for sure. Yes, Paula, love you. Love our pearls. That's right, we do. I love our Pearl Circle community. Listen, I don't mind saying there are amazing communities out there in groups. These pearls are special. They really are. They're great. So I'm right. Are you sure, Angela? Angela told me I wasn't on the right page. Kidding, friend. If you know anything about Angela and I, when we get together, we cut up, we have a good time. So she was the one that said, I don't think you're on the right page, and, you know, gave me just minor heart palpitations. So are you sure that my cutoff time is 11:15? Did anybody else confirm that? I see my husband in the chat. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you, thank you. All right. I'm going to go through and put a couple more of these berries in because, like I said, they truly are chef's kiss. Chef's kiss to this design. So, I want to tell you something. You know, we talked about how simple never goes out of style, all right, and it doesn't. But are you guys seeing how we're doing quality over quantity? Quality over quantity. We truly are. What does that mean? A dab will do ya. Yes, there is a place for over-the-top bougie designs. I love it. I'm going to be honest. I do. I love it. But there's also a place for using high-quality designs, but just keep it simple, right? These greenery picks are doing the talking, right? I'm not having to do a lot to it, but you can see how these berries elevated this design, right? The berries elevated the design. Thank you, TMI Gifts, for dropping these links there. Thanks, Pamela. I do too. I do too. All right. Last touch, and then I'm going to drop the surprise. These pine cones, let's put in some. And just like before, friends, what you do to one side, you're going to do to the other, right? You're going to do to the other. So what I did there, you guessed it, I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to do it right to the other side. Does it have to be perfect? No. Remember what we said about nature? Nothing in nature is perfectly straight. It moves. It has volume. It goes different ways. Your design should too, right? So we're going to put these in. We're going to go back and forth, okay? All right in here. Just peeking out from our swag. What I did on one side, I'm going to do to the opposite side, all right? There again, doesn't have to be perfect. Progress over perfection, people. There's no such thing as perfect. So stop stressing yourself out about it. I am so type A, like so type A. And, okay, I admit it, kind of a control freak. There's nothing that works out perfectly, okay? So it's okay to go ahead, mess with the swag, be creative with the picks, and ultimately, guys, do what you want to do as the designer, right? We're going to put one in right here. We have one there. Put one in down here. And you see how they just peek out from that greenery. And I'll show this to you closer in just a moment. And then, guys, to kind of wrap that up, I'm going to put one more pine cone right in the center, okay? Right in the center. Yes, Sheila, thank you so much. My code is Misty20, MISTY20, and you will get 25% off today using that, which is so kind of TMI Gifts. All right, guys. Woo! Look at her. Isn't she beautiful? This swag turned out amazing. So, guys, I just showed you something. Less can be more, okay? We used one plaid ribbon with hues of blue with the red. We used three, literally, guys, 3 different greenery picks and a swag base. That is it, okay? That is it. So when you look at this, you can see that sometimes less really is more. And I hope that's what you'll take from this, is that you can build beautiful things on a budget. You don't have to have all of the things, even though they're beautiful. And I love those designs. I wanted to show you something classic. I wanted to show you something timeless. I wanted to show you something you can use for Christmas through the entire winter season. And if you're a business owner, I wanted to tell you how this is advantageous to your business. You can take this design, You can have 2 listings. You can take this design. You can advertise it to your customers that way, right? Because they like to be able to leave things on their door longer. And your extra stuff, you can make accent pieces, lantern bows, swags, all of the things to incorporate this, right? Okay, you've waited long enough and my time is running short. I released something, okay? You can use your discount code today, Misty20, to get 25% off. Guys, I've been working with TMI Gifts to do things called exclusive toolkits, right? You guys loved my fall toolkit. It hit the website and you guys went to town. It sold out. Guess what we did? We did a Christmas greenery toolkit. There is so much goodness in this box. So many textures, so many greenery pieces. Oh, and let me just show you. There's fun pieces too. So don't just think that it's just greenery. It's on the website now. I'll be showing more of this now that I have announced it. You can get your Christmas toolkit. A toolkit is different than a wreath kit. Why? You use it in multiple designs, right? You can use this in centerpieces, garlands, grapevines, mesh wreaths. It's all the things you need in this box. It's even got a bell in there. You hear that? There's all kinds of goodness in that. It is on the website. Now look, I'm not pressuring you. This isn't a sales tactic. I'm just being honest with you. This will sell out. If you want that, check out Misty20, MISTY20. You'll get 25% off of that. And TMI ladies, correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. With that, they can get free shipping if they order that separately. Confirm that for me, please. It has all kinds of stuff in there. And you just seen how valuable and how much we talked about greenery. How important it is in all of the things. That box is slam full of my favorites. Now, in addition, when you get that toolkit, there is an exclusive YouTube video that comes only to you. If you buy the kit, nobody else gets that video but you. There's a special link that was made. I talk about greenery. I talk about the fundamentals of greenery. I talk about why it's important, and I talk about what is in your toolkit. So, go scoop it up, folks. I couldn't wait. I've had that. I was like, woo! I couldn't wait to release it. So, get your Christmas greenery toolkit. TMI Gifts, thank you so much for allowing me to do that. And like I said, you guys loved that fall toolkit. I've seen some of the pictures you guys have been making with what was in there. You are amazing. So if you're making something with this Christmas toolkit, I'd love to see your pictures and your design on it, okay? Listen, please follow me in all of the places. All of the places, I would love it. I want you to be a part of my crafting journey. If you're interested in the Pearl Circle, let me know. I'd be happy to give you information on that monthly membership group. It really is a phenomenal group. My pearls are amazing. And I don't mean me. I mean the community. The ladies and gentlemen that are in there are incredible. All right, guys. So, next up is the amazing Cara with Enchanted Vines. To me, she needs no introduction. She's going to knock your socks off. She's one of my friends, an excellent designer, and I know you're going to learn a ton from her. So, I'm going to turn it back over to TMI Gifts. Guys, you are incredible. Thank you for showing up today. Happy decorating. I hope you get so inspired for the holiday season, and I'll be seeing you around. Bye, guys.